The commanders of the IDF, especially those in the Air Force, are making increasingly loud demands to strike Iran's nuclear program, a German news source reported Wednesday. According to Der Spiegel, the question of how Israel will eventually deal with the threat of a nuclear Iran depends in part on a battle of prestige between the military and the Mossad, the latter being in charge of assassinations and favoring them as a result. Mossad is behind the killings of 3 Iranian scientists in the last 18 months, the paper claimed. A 4th scientist was wounded and subsequently appointed to head Iran's nuclear commission. According to sources in Israel and Israeli intelligence, the targeted assassinations are part of a campaign to sabotage or slow down Iran's nuclear program. The alleged campaign also involves the Stuxnet computer virus. But for hardliners in the Israeli military, the covert action does not go far enough. Wrote Spiegel's Yuri Putz. The call for bombing Iran are getting louder and louder, especially among Israeli Air Force officers, she said. In related news, the Lebanese government, amid the decline of its Syrian mentor, has lost control over much of the country. Opposition sources said the government of Prime Minister Najib Mikhaili has lost control over the military and security services. They said the pro-Hezbollah government has watched how Iran and Hezbollah have taken virtual command over units in such areas as southern Lebanon, the Bekaa Valley, and the north. There are commanders in charge of key border areas who have little contact, let alone take orders from the general staff, an opposition source said. A good rule of thumb for determining if Israel is planning a strike against another country is, if it's in the news, it's not going to happen. At least not at this point. We only have to look back in time to the 1981 Israeli strike on Iraq's nuclear facility and the latest in 2007 against Syria. Both were carried out in secret and didn't reach news sources until days later. I suspect if and when Israel does decide to strike Iran, the mission will be a very well-kept secret up until the missiles begin to fly. With Iran in control of Lebanon and Hezbollah's 60,000 missiles, expect an almost immediate retaliation if Israel does attempt to eliminate Iran's nuclear program. A good portion of Hezbollah's missile stockpile are believed to be of the very powerful Scud variety. Some are believed to be the Scud-D missiles that have a range of some 430 miles and are very accurate. The Israeli capital of Tel Aviv would be well in range. Israeli officials have been recently warning the general public that the next war would see major population centers under heavy missile attack. This is Terry Malone with the Calvary Prophecy Report.